Hello everyone, welcome to Vedantu Malayalam channel. I'm Sana Khan, your mathematics master teacher, and today I am here with relations and functions chapter. Today is going to be the lecture number 4, where we are going to learn about composition functions and inverse of a function. Alright, so these two topics have been deleted by NCRT, have been deleted by CBSE from NCRT, and they won't be asked in the CBSE board, but they can be asked in Kerala board, in your KEAM exam, in your competitive exams. They are definitely going to be there. So that's why we are doing these, as they will be important for you in the future, right? So very warm welcome to all of you, and yeah, let's get started with today's lecture. If you are new in the class, don't forget to subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, you won't get the notifications of all the awesome sessions coming up, right? And yeah, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy today's lecture. Okay. Hi Anushri, what's up? What's up? Welcome. Hi Danya. Welcome guys, welcome. So as you know that we have divided relations and functions chapter into 5 lectures. We have already completed 3 lectures. Today, today is the 4th lecture, where we will learn composition and inverse of a function. And tomorrow we will be learning about Tomorrow we will learn binary function 8 p.m. Okay, so don't forget to attend tomorrow's lecture 8 p.m. Okay, binary function is again a concept that is asked in KEAM exam, competitive exam, etc. etc. Okay, why Anushri, you're also having cold like me? I don't know, these days everybody is having cold. Alright, so are you guys ready and excited for composition of functions? Well, it is an interesting concept. I'll say it is an easy concept only. So if you basically understand it once, it's very easy what you have to do. Alright. Then you're also having viral only, Anushri, like me. All the best for the upcoming days. Oh my god, oh my god. But yeah, it's even if it's not viral, it may be because of heat stroke. So these days heat is a lot outside, so beware of heat stroke, guys. Don't go outside much. Okay, so give me a high five quickly and we will start composite function. Now what is composite function? So basically a function that composes of another function. That means what? A function inside another function. How is that possible? Suppose there are two functions, f of x and g of x. So x is basically their input, right? So we denote fog of x, that is f of g of x, or g of x, that is g of f of x. It is nothing but when you put x in the function g, you get an output. That output becomes input of the function f, and this is called composition of two functions. Okay, let's try to understand it this way. In the form of a diagram, I'll explain you. Okay, so suppose you have a input function x value. Okay, then you put it inside g function. Okay, now whatever you get from the g function, that goes to f function. So this output becomes input of the f function, and then you get fog of x. So finally you get composition of the two functions. Okay, similarly here what happens is x is the input of f is the input of g. So whatever is the output of fx, it becomes input of gx. Let's understand this with the help of an example also. Suppose your function f of x is sin x, your function g of x is x square. So what will be fog of x? Fog of x is f of g of x. So first we will find out g of x. G of x is x square. So it is nothing but sine of g of x, because f function is what? Sine function. So it is sine of g of x. Now sine of g of x is what? Sine of x square. So I get my fog x as sine of x square. But similarly, if I want to find out g of x, g of f of x. So g of fx will be, g function is what? X square function. So first we will write down f function. F function is sine x. Now sine x square. So basically x square will become sine x whole square. So as you can see, these two things are absolutely different, right? Sine of x square is not equal to sine x whole square, right? So one function composes of the other function and the result might not be same, and the input of one function basically become the output of one function basically becomes the input of the other function. Okay, now I have a very simple question for you. Come on, quickly answer. If my function fx is sin x and my function gx is cos x, will fog x and gof x be same? Will they be equal? Yes or no? True or false? Tell me quickly. True or false? Fog of x, gof of x. True or false? Let's find out. So, what is fog? F of g of x is basically f of g of x. What is g of x? Cos x. So, f of cos x. Now, put cos x in function fx. It becomes sine of cos x, right? Similarly, what is gof x? Gof x is g of f of x. That is g of sin x. G function is cos function. So cos sin x. So are they equal? Are they equal? Sine of cos x and cos of sin x. Are they equal function? No, they are not equal functions. They are absolutely different functions, because cos x output is different from sin x output. So therefore the statement is false. They are not equal. Understood? Okay, let's solve some questions. What type of questions come from composition of function? Let's understand it better. Okay. Now, suppose you have two functions. F function is given. This is the input. This is the output. For G function, this is the input. This is the output. They are asking, if f function is defined as this, g function is defined as this, find gof x. How will you find out gof x? So gof x is basically g of f of x. Fine. Now for this, my input will be what? X. Now what is x? X will be the input of f function, because first f function is coming first, g function is coming second. So first we have to check that this will be x. Okay. So likewise we will find out if this is x1, x2, x3. So we will find gof of 1, gof of 3, gof of 4. Okay. So g of f of 1. What is f of 1? F of 1 is 2. So it becomes g of 2. But what is g of 2? G of 2 is 3. So we get answer as 3. Interesting, right? Similarly, you have to find out gof 3. Okay. So basically it is g of f of 3. What is f of 3? When 3 is input, 5 is the output. So f of 3 is 5. So now what is g of 5? G of 5 is 1. So 1 is your output. G of f of 4. What is f of 4? F of 4 is 1. Now g of 1. What is g of 1? G of 1 is 3. So 3 is your output. So like this you get gof is defined from 134 to 13, because the output is coming only 13 and the pairs that we are getting is 133143. Only three pairs we are getting. Alright, understood all of you? How we are going to find out composition of two functions? Let's do one more example. Suppose function is defined from real numbers to real numbers. F of x is defined as x plus 1 whole square. And g is defined as x square plus 1. Then what is fog of minus 3? Can you solve and tell? What is fog of minus 3? Come on. Solve and tell me what is fog of minus 3. Now how we will find fog? F of g of minus 3. What is g of minus 3? G function is x square plus 1. F of basically minus 3 whole square plus 1. What is minus 3 whole square? 3 3s are 9. So it becomes f of 10. Now what is f of 10? F function is x plus 1 whole square. So f of 10 is basically 10 plus 1 whole square. What is 10 plus 1? 11 square. What is 11 square? 121, right? So we get 121 as our answer. Okay? What is the answer? 121. Simple? Now, while we are learning about composition of functions, we realized that if my f function is defined from set A to set B, g function must be defined from set B to set C, right? Where we are finding out composition of f and g function denoted by GOF. Then GOF will be basically from A to C because the input will be A but the output will be C. B will be the intermediate one, right? And GOF of x will be defined as g of f of x. So here the range of f of x must be the subset of domain of gx, right? Because you take x, you put it in fx. Then you take fx and you put it inside gx. So the range of gx becomes domain of, range of fx becomes domain of gx. So therefore it is important that whatever output you are getting from fx should fall inside the domain of gx. Okay. Let's do some quiz questions now. You guys have to answer quickly in the comment section whichever is the right answer. Okay. F of x is x square. G of x is x minus 7. Then what is fog of x? Quickly, come on. I will not tell the answer. You tell me. Solve it and tell me. F of g of x. G of x is x minus 7. So f of x minus 7. What is f of x minus 7? Tell me. Come on. Everybody has to solve and tell the answer. Even if you are getting a wrong answer, it's fine. Just tell the answer. F of g of x is f of x minus 7. Why x minus 7? Because gx is x minus 7. We have put it here. Right? Now what is f of x minus 7? Simply in the f function you put x minus 7 in place of x. So x will become x minus 7. So x square will become x minus 7 whole square. Which option? Option C is the right answer. Okay. So f of x minus 7 is nothing but x square. That is x minus 7 whole square. That's your answer. Okay. Next question. Minus 1. G of f of 11, then fx is dash. Now this is an interesting question. Here they have given g of x, gx. They want to know what is fx. Interesting, right? How will you find out? Think about it. Think about it. Now, suppose I know that g of x is 4x minus 1. Now let me put, let x is equal to f of x. And I will substitute f of x in place of x. So I get g of f of x is equal to 4 times of f of x minus 1. Now what is g of f of x? It is given in the question. 4x plus 11, right? Is 4 times of f of x minus 1. Now minus 1 will come to this side. So 4x plus 12 is 4 times of f of x. This implies what? F of x is what? Come on. 4x plus 12 is 4 times of f of x divided by 4. So you get 4x plus 12 is 4 times of f of x divided by 4 divided by 4. You get x plus 3 is f of x. That is your answer. C. Option C is the right answer. Okay, so like this type of question can also come in your competitive exam or in your board exam, that they have given g of x, they have given gx, they are asking about fx. So see, composition of function is easy only. It's nothing but taking one input, putting in one function, taking output, putting in another function, getting the answer. Alright, so that was about composition of two functions. Now let's learn about inverse of a function. What is inverse? From the name itself, inverse is basically opposite, right? So how do we find opposite of a function? Very simple. Suppose that you have a function where the input is 1, 2, 3, output is 3, 5, 7. And my function is 2x plus 1. So f of 1 is 3, f of 2 is 5, f of 3 is 7. Okay. Similarly, I have a g function where the input is 3, 5, 7 and the output is 1, 2, 3. Just opposite. You see, 1, 2, 3, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3. So basically, my g function is from here to here. My f function is from here to here. So they are basically, input is becoming output, output is becoming input, right? And here I am defining my g function as x minus 1 by 2. And as I can see, g of 3 is 1, g of 5 is 2, g of 7 is 3. So these type of functions where input of one function is output, output becomes input for the other function, such functions are called as inverse of each other. So in the previous example, y is equal to gx is basically inverse of the function fx. And y is equal to fx is inverse of the function gx. Okay, so f inverse is gx and g inverse is fx, right? So such type of functions are called as inverse of each other. Understood? So if I have a function defined from set x to set y, it is said to be invertible if and only if there exists a function g from set y to set x such that g of f of x is identity function, f of g of x is identity function of y, and the function is fx is called inverse of gx and denoted by this symbol. Okay, so remember, if f function is defined from set x to set y, g will be defined from y to x. They will be having, domain becomes codomain, codomain becomes domain. Clear? What is inverse of a function? Now, how do we find out inverse of any function? Very simple. Suppose you have a function y is equal to fx. Simply replace x with y, y with x. Okay, put x, y and x. And then find the value of y. Okay, suppose you have a function y is equal to sin x. You make it as x is equal to sin y and then find the value of y. Whatever y value you are getting, that is nothing but f inverse of x. Okay, hi yellow man. So, suppose I give you a question, find the inverse of the function y is equal to log base ex. So, how you will find out the inverse? My function is y is equal to log base ex. I want to find out inverse. So, what will I do? Step number 1, y will become x will become y, and now you find out the value of y. How will you find out value of y? Let us put both left hand side and right hand side as power of e. So make it e to the power x, e to the power log ey. So this becomes e to the power x is, now we know that e to the power of log base e is 1. So this becomes y. So I am getting e to the power x is y. Now this y is nothing but f inverse of x. So y is what? F inverse of x. So this is nothing but e to the power x. That's how I got my answer. Understood everybody how we will find inverse of a function? If you have a function, just put x as y, y as x. Find the value of y, that becomes your answer. Clear to everybody? Now, for finding out inverse of a function, it is very important to note that inverse can only be found out for bijective function. What is bijective? Yesterday we learned bijective function. Who will tell me what is a bijective function? Bijective function should be Mallu students in one word are champions. Okay, you guys are my champions. Bijective functions are the functions which are 1, 1 and onto. Okay, so if your function is into, it is an into function because one person is left out. Or if your function is many to 1, then it is not invertible. The inverse does not exist. Okay. So a function is invertible, that is inverse exists only when it is 1, 1 and onto. Only when it is bijective function. Clear to everybody? Okay. Last topic of this inverse of function will be, for when you are finding out graph of an inverse function, it will be reflection of your original function along the line y is equal to x. For example, e to the power x is inverse of log x. So their graph will be basically a reflection along x is equal to y. X square is the inverse of root x. So their graph looks like what? It will look like basically mirror image along the y is equal to x. So do you know their graph, how their graph looks like? Their graph looks like one goes up, one goes down. So if you have x is equal to y, suppose this is your mirror line, they're absolutely similar, you see, absolutely similar along y is equal to x line. Alright, so that is all about inverse of a function. Now, are you guys ready for quiz time? Come on. Answer the questions based on inverse of a function. Suppose it is given f of x is 3x minus 4 upon 5. Find out inverse of this function. What is the inverse? Tell me. Come on. If f of x is 3x minus 4 upon 5, what is the inverse of the function? How will you find out inverse of this function? See. They have given y is equal to 3x minus 4 upon 5. Step number 1, y becomes x, x becomes y. This is step number 1. Step number 2, find out y. Separate y. So what will you do? 5 will go this side. It will become 5x is equal to 3y minus 4. Now, 5x plus 4 is equal to 3y. 5x plus 4 upon 3 is equal to y. Now, this is your f inverse x. Once we have y, that is our inverse. Which option is matching? Option C is matching my answer. And that's my answer. 5x plus 4 upon 3. Got it, all of you? What you have to do here? So always take your function, put x will become y, y will become x, and then you find out what is y. Whatever y value will come, that is f inverse of x. Okay, that is the inverse of your function. Alright, Let's do one more example. Consider this function defined from real numbers to 0 to infinity. F of x is f5 to the power 2x minus 7. Find the inverse of this function. How many of you can do it? What will you do? Y is 5 to the power 2x minus 7, right? Next, what can we do about it? Think. X will be 5 to the power 2y minus 7. How we will find out the value of y? Any idea? Think. If I apply log base 5, apply log base 5 on both sides, what do you get? You will get log base 5x on this side, and this side what will you get? Log base 5, where 5 to the power 2y minus 7 will become 2y minus 7. Now you put it here, log base 5 plus 7 is equal to 2y, and log base 5x plus 7 divided by 2 will be y. That's your answer. Okay. So log base 5x of x plus 7 upon 2 becomes y. And once we have got y is nothing but f inverse of x. Alright guys, so this is how you find out inverse of a function. It is clear to all of you? How you find out composition of a function and inverse of function? Let me know in the chat box. Show some fire. Come on. Understood or not? Waiting for your answer. Alright guys, so that's all for today's class. Today we have completed composition and inverse of a function. In the next class we will be learning about binary functions. Binary functions are asked in KEAM exam as well as Kerala board. So we will definitely learn that, not leave it at all. So yeah, that's all for the day. If you enjoyed today's lecture, don't forget to follow our Telegram channel also for your notes. The notes will be available there, assignment links, all the notifications, all the extra informations. Everything is always posted on Telegram channel. So stay connected with us over there as well. And if you enjoyed today's lecture, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. Join our channel for more such fun videos. And do let me know in the comment section how you are enjoying the lectures. Are you finding the lectures useful? Are you enjoying the lectures? Do let me know in the comment section and do subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have fun and see you tomorrow with binary functions 8 p.m. Remember, 8 p.m. binary functions. Don't go anywhere else. All right. Take care, everybody. Good night. See you. Bye-bye.